Hello everyone. Hello Callan, Ash, Sal if you're still here. How is everybody doing today? And thank you very much for the resub, Callan. I do deeply appreciate it. Would you like to say hello, Alu?
Hello there. How are we all doing
today? Hey, thank you very much for checking in, CTR. Welcome in, welcome in. How you doing? So, we have a very interesting stream today. Yes, correct. I set up a bot account for handling all of those messages now. It's a good question. Oh, I see. Well, hopefully we can at least provide some amusement to your day. After all, there is much chaos to be had.
So much chaos.
Chaos that you all will be able to interact with, actually. Because today, what we will be doing is playing a game called Borg. This is a very grimdark TTRPG. And we have the modules to make it a single-player campaign. So Alutierre and I will be basically improving our way through a story. And you, chat, will have the ability through either channel points, making it so that way our rolls either go well or go poorly, depending on how you wish for things to play out. Or through 500 biddies, you can actually force a positive or negative event to happen right that moment of your choice. So, truly, our fates are in your hands today, chat. Big chilling before doing homework and fighting Behemoth. Oh, I see. Understandable. Hopefully, we can provide some wonderful background noise to the fights ahead. Are the redeems live already, and will they do anything this moment? So yes, the channel point redeems are live. We have one for influencing a roll positively, one for influencing it negatively, and they are cumulative. So if a whole bunch of people redeem the influencer roll negatively, yeah, that's exactly what I expected. Whatever the next roll outside of character gen is going to be, will have those modifiers added to it. So also, if multiple people redeem it, that's multiple negative ones. Also, you can help it out. You can help out positively, and we also have the ability to head pat our guest today, because Alutierre deserves head pats.
I shall not be surprised by this at all.
You really shouldn't be. So, there we go. See, gotta give him all the love. So, Alu, would you like to begin by introducing a little bit about this world?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Borg. How do we succinctly describe this world of death, decay, and madness? You think the works of FromSoft are in the grimdark territory? You have no idea.
FromSoft's not even really grimdark. It's really just kind of dark, low fantasy.
Indeed, but also, I feel like most people don't have much of a connection to proper grimdark, yes?
Yeah, unless you're like a 40k fan. Though this isn't sci-fi the way that 40k is. This is very much rooted in fantasy. It is a dark fantasy, grimdark, which is part of what drew me personally to it. So also, I have this on a timer, so this will pop up in chat eventually. Congratulations on finding Chat's shell. But this was actually inspired by a TikTok series by somebody who I am now mutuals with, Blepherd VO, who basically went, hey, more people need to know about this game, and started a single-player campaign of his own. And he has a playthrough of it on his TikTok channel. So 100%, this stream would not exist without having come across that. And thank you for taking care of dear Meatgrass. So,
Indeed, very important.
Indeed. So, as you can see here, we have a few extra things on screen currently. You may notice that there is a bar down at the bottom called the Calendar of Necrobell. So, the world of Mörk is a world at its end. It is a world in the last dying gasps of living. Over the course of our campaign today, we will be rolling once per in-game day on the Calendar of Necrobell. If we roll a 1, the world is one step closer to dying. And if we reach the end of this little bar down here, the world dies, including everything in it. But hopefully, the dice will be kind. Hopefully. But the negatives do actually also apply to our rolls on the Calendar of Necrobell. So this could go very well, or it could go very poorly. Now then, we do have some things that we can show off because this is a TTRPG. So I have the ability to show off the charts and everything that we will be rolling on as we progress through our campaign today, as well as the ability for you to see the character sheet as we create probably multiple characters. This is not likely to be a one-character game. This is likely to be us dying in increasingly horrific ways. But as we do so, you will actually be able to see as we continue onwards and either create new characters or characters somehow manage to survive and get upgraded. And you'll be able to see that get tracked real time on these sheets. Also, as before with a previous stream that I have done, you do have the ability, as in chat, to change which camera angle that you are viewing us from. So exclamation point camera will allow you to change the camera view, though I may force it back to view the character sheet or us together, depending on what happens to be going on occasion. But you can still always change it up. So anyway, first things first, we do have to create our own character. So, I do also have a dice roller that I have created for this stream. So as we go about rolling things, we will actually be able to see them pop up on stream. So the first thing that we need to create for this character...
A test of your reflexes!
Indeed. Unfortunately, I don't think our reflexes are going to be great. But...
Yeah, no, considering starting without a class, probably not.
Yeah, no. We will be playing... Our first character here will be without a class. They will be just a regular commoner. And we'll explain why after we create them. So, first things first, we need to roll a d6 to figure out how much stuff we can carry in general. So, of course it did. We cannot carry anything. We don't even have a backpack. We can basically just carry something in our hands. We better hope we can find something to carry stuff on our way.
I mean, Definitely fits our starting character.
Indeed. Okay. So then we have the ability to actually roll for what items we are starting with, so we can hope to start with some weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll roll on our first D12 chart. And that gets us an 11, which gets us a bottle of red poison with, let's see, a D4 amount of doses, with 3 doses inside of it. So I'll go ahead and note that on our equipment. Okay, so we've got a vial of red poison. Now we get to roll for our second item, which is going to be a 4. Okay, that's an interesting thing. We have rolled a 4, so we have a D4 amount of monkeys that ignore us, but they love us.
Wow,
We don't have a weapon. We have a pet or multiple pets.
Well, let's find out how many we have. And this will definitely be important for establishing our character's backstory.
We've got 2 monkeys.
So we have...
I'm going to put that in the weapon slot.
Fair. Should we also roll for their HP? Or was that before combat?
Yeah, so I'm going to give them the HP in a moment.
Okay. Fair.
I'm just currently marking it down as a weapon on our sheet. Because they do a D4 to punch and bite.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, also...
Oh, we have 2 spots for weapons, so I can put 1 monkey in one and 1 monkey in the other.
Doesn't us keep track of their individual HP as well.
Exactly. Okay, so they're a D4 plus 2 HP, so...
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay, well, the first monkey has 3 HP.
Okay.
And then the second one also has 3 HP. That's great.
Why? Certainly is stuff.
Very strong one. So chat members. Yeah, totally. Our monkeys are Ash and CTR. Just been declared.
Because we do still roll... We still technically roll another weapon.
Well...
Oh, I mean,
no, because we rolled on each of the 2 D12 charts.
well, because the next step, because we did step 1 of creating player
Yeah,
character.
roll the weapons and armor. True. Let's see if our person can even have any sort of weapons. So
Yeah,
let's be real. We might end up just rolling a femur.
Yeah, honestly, just...
So this is the chart for rolling our weapons, by the way. I love the art in this game.
Indeed, it is fantastic. So...
All right, so this is a D10 roll. So let's see what we get.
Mm-hmm. Oh!
Ooh, we got a 10!
That gives us... a Zweihander.
It doesn't... Okay, that's going to be interesting.
So we have 2 monkeys and a Zweihander.
I might have to move the monkeys.
Indeed.
All right, cool.
So they are definitely under equipment, but they also very very important in combat.
Yeah.
So, what sort of person has two monkeys in his Zweihander?
So I'm going. So first of all, I am going to call the monkeys CTR and Ash. So that's just how they're going to be listed on the sheet.
Fair.
They have 3 HP each.
Mhm.
And they both do a D4 of damage. Okay. Fucking Zweihander. I don't know how that happened. That's a D10 of damage.
I mean, we can carry nothing, but maybe what we have in our hands is enough.
Yeah, I guess. Is our person like a former soldier that just got into like animal handling? Because I'm starting to think that might be the case.
We'll need to figure out. We'll figure out after we roll the abilities and hit points, I think.
Yeah, true.
Because we still have 3 more steps, and then we're going to figure out the name and backstory.
I thought we were going to get a femur, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now we get to roll for armor.
Which is a D4.
All right. We got
We
a
have no
1.
armor. So we have no armor but a Zweihander.
We are going to be a hell of a glass cannon. All right, that's gonna be great. Okay, so we get to roll our hit points now.
We roll abilities first.
Do we? Oh wait, hold on. Yes, you're right. My brain just completely skipped over that thing. Okay. So, for the abilities, we are rolling 3d6, and then and we're rolling them in order of we're rolling them in order on the sheet, by the way, not in the book, because that's just easier. So it'll be in order of strength, agility, presence, and toughness. So for our first one, that is going to be a 6, a 5, and a 3. I hope you are the one doing the head math for that, because D&D has taught me that I am awful at it.
That is a 14, that's a +1.
Wonderful. Okay. So, let's see, I'll hide the PDF so that way y'all can see me actually writing on this. So our next one is going to be a 3, a 3, and a 5.
It's 11, that is +0.
Okay. I mean, I'm okay with it being a +0. I just don't want any negatives. Negatives scary. Next is a 4, a 4, and a 1.
That is a 9, that is also +0.
Wonderful. Again, we can work with that.
Mhm.
Okay. And then the last is going to be our toughness. That's a 2, a 6, and a 3.
That's 11, that's also +0. So we are...
Average in every way.
Indeed.
Except for our strength.
So, I mean,
We can in fact handle the Zweihander.
Indeed.
Also, thank you all for taking care of lovely meatgrass. Do appreciate it. Okay. Now we have to roll your HP.
Indeed. So that is a D8 roll.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just going to be flat D8 for us, isn't it?
Yeah, because it is it's toughness plus D8. So yes, it's just the D8 roll.
Yeah. I refuse to let meatgrass die. Wonderful. I'm proud of you. Thank you for that. 7! Oh. That's not bad!
That's not bad at all. Alright, so we have no armor, a Zweihander, very average stats, and 2 monkeys.
Yeah, 2 monkeys who love us, but otherwise ignore us.
So how did we get this Zweihander?
So, first of all, let's set the scene, and then we'll decide what our character, their history was.
Very fair. So, our character is an inhabitant of a city known as Schleswig. In the unfortunate city of Schleswig, it is dominated by a tyrant, King Farthmul the Ninth. Paranoid and afraid of the end. He seizes his own inhabitants, as well as those of foreign lands, for anything and everything that he can claim. People are on the verge of death and starvation. And in the case of our character, a death on the road is better than sitting idly by and waiting for whatever the king has in mind.
Or starving within your own home.
Indeed.
Now, you see, not just has there is a life on the road more appealing to one under such a cruel tyrant, but there have been whispers through the city of Schleswig. And whether there is any legitimacy to them is unknown. Some say that they're just the rumors one gets when one is so downtrodden and wishing for something better, that perhaps the fates would allow them, were they to make the right choices, a better end or a better life. Others say that there might be some truth to them. And those rumors are that somewhere out there is actually a proper heir to Schleswig, and that the current lord is illegitimate. And that is the source of his paranoia, knowing that he gained the throne through illegitimate means, and that another is out there, ready and able to take his place. Their rightful place.
Indeed. And when pushed to starvation and needing to take care of 2 monkeys, food becomes very scarce very quickly. And in a land near its end, you cling to any hope that you can find.
So, given our character, as he's Zweihander of all things, clearly at some point they had probably some form of training, because a Zweihander is not something that you can pick up and use very well at all. It is something that actually requires some training and practice. And they're not cheap. Good steel is expensive. So, I say that it's likely that our dear character here is probably formerly a soldier.
Very fair. Probably, considering strength only got +1, it's probably been some time since they were a soldier. So the training, but not the physique.
He's older. He may have either deserted or may have taken some, damage, lowering, thus why his toughness is at literally +0, instead of the hardened constitution a soldier would require. For some reason, he is no longer in the military, but used to be in the military. And then took up taking care of animals as a side passion, something to keep the mind busy when unable to engage with, his training. What say you?
It wasn't me, and I think we can probably explain the lack of armor as perhaps knowing the paranoid king, he had time and space to hide the Zweihander from whatever raiding king soldiers may come knocking at the door.
I mean, he's a former soldier, so his own people probably wouldn't be coming after him unless he left the military in less than great standards. However, chances are he's quite poor. The Lord hoarding food and other resources to himself. He had to sell his armor at some point. But he kept the sword because the sword's the only way to defend himself.
Very fair. And especially when one has to defend others, offense can have much more merit than defense.
Indeed.
After all, wearing armor will not protect your monkeys.
Nope. But you know what will protect the monkeys? A fucking sword.
Indeed.
So, what shall our former soldier be named?
That's a good question. I definitely don't have a bead on the naming conventions of this world myself.
Well, about that, let's see. I believe it is the Borg core book has a chart for giving us a name. So, let's roll, because it gives us multiple groups of names. Let's first roll a d6 to see which group we're going to be looking at. It's going to be a 4, and then we roll a d8 to see which name in there we want. 3. Lygan! Our intrepid soldier's name is Lygan. Maybe not intrepid. This guy is basically just trying to get away from things. Trying to survive.
And survive and keep his dear, loving monkeys alive to the next day as well.
Indeed. And of course, if he was a former soldier of this land, I'm sure he would love to see it under less tyrannical rule.
Indeed.
So, why don't we see about maybe listening around inside of Shellswig to see if he can figure out where these rumors are saying our potential usurper may be.
Very important stuff, after all. It's when one is looking to go on the road, the most important thing you can have is information.
Indeed.
Even partial information is still information.
Influence roll positive. Okay, well, Ash has canceled out CTR's negative on this roll, so this will be great. So, the way that these rolls work specifically in the single-player version of the game that we are playing, we are essentially setting the difficulties for these rolls ourselves, and then we're rolling 2d20 to see if we get a weak hit, a strong hit, or a complete fail. Obviously, a complete fail is if both d20s are below the challenge rating for the roll. A weak hit is if one is above and one is below, and a strong hit is if one is if both are above.
Mhm.
None of those prior rolls were affected by that? No, because that was just all character creation. This will be the first actual roll of the game. And actually, there's a couple of other character creation things that I haven't done yet, such as rolling our starting silver, but don't worry, I'm putting those off for a reason. We'll get there.
Indeed.
So,
So, as for the difficulty of this, I would say, considering people speaking openly about a possible usurpation of our dearest tyrant would probably not be easy.
indeed.
So the strong hit would probably be rather high, but getting just vague information would probably be a rather fairly low bar.
Indeed. And remember, we're looking for a general location. Like, so, let's see. I would say, what do you think? Maybe, maybe like a 13 for its, for a difficulty. A little bit harder than normal, but, you know, we're a soldier. We've got probably a few people's trust.
Bah.
You have a nice monkey and a mean monkey? It's so true.
So we need...
Okay. So, let's go ahead and roll our d20s. Our first one is going to have a -1, thanks to CTR.
Mm-hmm.
It's an 8, so that's a 7. Which isn't great. I'm just doing these as flat rolls.
Actually, Ash had a routine before for blocking out. Do we count that for...
We'll count that for this roll, because I didn't see it until just now.
Very fair. Okay, so we do have...
We have a weak hit.
We do indeed.
So, we do get some information, but it's very vague. So, we've got some people whispering. Nobody really wants to talk about this, right? Because if you're not really careful, you don't know who's going to end up reporting you to the Lord. You don't know who's, to try and save their own skin. And while people may, like us well enough and be like, you're my friend, you've defended this city for a long time, even if, you're no longer a part of that force, we don't know who's listening.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes a while. It probably takes us several days of actually searching around to get even a whisper of something. But we do. Eventually.
Mm-hmm.
We hear that while they don't know exactly where this person is, somebody who might know something more is up in Gelgenbach, the large city to the north of Schleswig. And it's not much. But it is something that we can go towards.
Indeed, it is direction, and direction to travel is always much more efficient than direction to travel, especially when people can feel the calling of the end.
Mm-hmm. So, our Lygan here hears that and can't seem to find any other information on it. Everything is just too hush-hush and muddled. So he resolves himself to give up what meager existence he had here in Schleswig and gear up to go towards Gelgenbach. And he gathers up all the early positions he could possibly find to give up and sell to get some form of money going. And he ends up with, let's see, 2d10. Or no, sorry, 2d6. Misread. 5 and a 2. He ends up with 70 silver after selling everything he has, minus his dearest monkey companions and his Zweihander that he knows he will need along the treacherous road. And he also manages to get 2 days worth of food. It's not much. He'll have to hunt for food along the road. But it's a start.
But it's a start, and that's when it comes to survival and hope, that's all you need.
Indeed. And then that's actually technically the last of the character creation. So, I'll go ahead and add that to our stuff. He's got 70 silver. Oh, we haven't rolled for our omens, did we? I forgot about that part.
They are optional.
We want those, trust me. While I'm writing that down, could you double check what I need to roll for that one?
All right. So let's see. So first we roll a d2 to see how many omens we get.
Okay. So I'm just gonna do a d4. 1 to 2 is 1. 3 to 4 is 2. That's a 1.
Very fair.
So we have 1 omen.
We have 1 omen to our name.
Yay! So chat, omens are effectively luck points. We can use them to help get us out of tight spots when we really need to. And they also factor into other things, such as if we just need to have a lucky roll for something. All right, I've noted your influence roll. Given our next roll is going to be on the calendar of Necrobell, that's going to be great. So, Lygan is ready to start, as ready as he'll ever be, to start off on his journey. Which means we now get to roll on the calendar of Necrobell and see if the world moves closer to its end.
Oh.
We agreed that this was going to be, we were going to go with the D20 for this roll, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, by the way, chat, just pointing this out, you can actually change what die, if you were to ever play this game yourself, which I do recommend, this is actually a lot of fun, you can actually change what die that you are rolling, because, you can make the world end super quick, or last for a very long time. The D2 is incredibly funny. It's literally just for a one-shot, effectively. But for us, we are going to roll a D20 and see how that goes.
No worries, Disco.
It's lovely to see you, though, Disco. Thank you so much for popping in. Okay, that's a 13 effectively, but it's not a 1.
Indeed. The world survives another day.
Indeed. So, that's wonderful for us. So now now Lygan gets to start off on the road. So first things first, we need to see what the road he's going to be traveling on is like. So that is going to be a D8. We got a 6. It's going to be a well-used road, which makes sense. It's the main road out of Schleswig. Yep. And now that we're finally getting a chance to actually look at the road, we also need to figure out, or at least estimate, how long this trek is probably going to take us. So that's going to be a d6 plus 4, so 6 days of travel. Today's our first.
All right. Makes sense with it being a well-used road.
Indeed. And now let's find out what the weather's going to be like over our travels. 1. It is a lifeless and gray day.
Actually, the events by the road are a d20.
The weather, my love. There's a difference between the weather and the events.
Right. Insight combat.
Okay. Now we get to see what the road has for us today. So it's a 14.
Just filthy farmers on the way to the market.
So some farmers heading in towards the city. Let's see what their reaction to us is going to be. So that's going to be let's see. There should be a thing for like what their temperament is going to be towards us. I don't remember which book that's in, though.
Indeed. So many books to go through.
It's so many.
So many resources have to just cycle between. It's easy to lose track of exactly what you need to find in a given moment.
Yeah. So for context, chat, I have 4 different books pulled up currently for this. Alu has the rest of them.
Indeed. I have 8 books pulled up. I'm trying to keep track of at any given moment. Let's see.
Okay, well, you know what? If we can't find it yet, I'll let you continue searching for it, but I'll just roll a d6, and if we roll high, they're friendly towards us. If we roll low, they're not happy with us for whatever reason. It's a lot of books.
Indeed. So many books.
I just wanted access to so many charts to make to just keep being able to roll at stuff. It's great. Kiri Ray, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to my lair. I hope you enjoy your time here. Oh, wait. There we go. I've actually found the reaction chart. We're good.
Ah, excellent. Which book was it in?
It's in the core book. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll 2d6. See what we get. It's going to be a 4 and a 4, so an 8. They're pretty indifferent to us, which makes sense. We're just a random guy with 2 monkeys, a Zweihander on his back, and and not much else along the road. And they're more concerned about getting into the city to sell their wares. But they're farmers. Maybe we can get some food off of them, because we don't have much in the way of rations.
Indeed. We have
more 2 days.
We have more access to silver than resources at this point.
Correct. So let's see if they'd be willing to maybe buy some stuff off of us. Or if we're able to buy some stuff off of them. You know what I mean. I can words. Seems trustworthy to me. Would you like to set the difficulty for this one?
Considering they were indifferent, that probably we can probably set the roll at a nice average 10.
Okay. And then I'll just go. I mean, it doesn't matter because we don't have any bonuses to it, but I'll effectively be rolling presence to talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 12.
All right, so we get a hit.
So it's-
so
No,
we can burst them.
well, we do get a hit because that's effectively 11 from CTR's negative.
Mhm.
And a 15, that's a strong hit! Yay! They've got rations. Okay. All right, let's
Yeah.
see. Hold on, I am also currently looking to find the
So,
page where we can buy stuff to see if I can find like rations on it.
I believe that is the same page with armor.
Looking under equipment. Oh, there we go. Dried food. That's effectively what we're looking for.
Mhm.
So, because we've got a water. We can assume that we've got a yeah. Oh, actually, we never even technically bought a water skin. We just left without buying anything. I mean, we can't really carry much, so
we do sell the water skin by default.
yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, so let's see about buying some dried food off of them. Let's see how much dried food that they have. I'm gonna roll a d10 for that one.
Very fair.
We got 10! They've got up to 10 days worth of dried food on them that they'd be willing to sell us. Thought the negative was for one roll. Does it persist? I don't remember. It doesn't persist. I don't remember actually applying that influence to a roll. That's why I went ahead and applied it to that one anyway. It's fine. It's scuffed. So let's see. That's 1 silver. We can easily just buy all 10 of the dried food. That'll give us 12 days worth of rations. Oh, you're right. It was applied to the world-ending roll. You're right. Oh. Hello, Alu? You there? Uh-oh. Chad, I think we lost Alu. Yep, there's the scuff. Y'all can hear me, right? Like, I'm still able to stream. Oh! Yep, there he went. You back?
Indeed. Hopefully.
Okay. Yeah, we lost you there.
Indeed.
No, we can't hear you. Oh, I see. Naruhodo. Did your internet blink?
Indeed.
Yeah, you can't escape the scuff. I expected today's stream to be scuffed as hell. Honestly. It is... Discord is stuck loading. End your screen share and share again, please.
Indeed.
There we go. There's the boy. So, where did you stop hearing me?
It was when we purchased the food, and I was about to say that we can also we could and should probably get some water.
Indeed. Yeah, get head patted, nerd. Yeah, I was gonna say is we could just buy all 10 of the rations. I was checking with you before we did that because yeah, we've got more than enough silver. We already have a water skin. I don't think we can reasonably carry another one because we don't have anything to really attach it to.
We do have we can.
You know
by
what
default,
we should actually do? We should see if they have a backpack.
Also there. But also, we can hold, by default, strength +8 items.
Indeed, but we also have to consider the fact that we don't have hands to carry everything, and nor do we have a backpack or anything. We are literally just a person walking around with nothing else.
Indeed.
So I can make the argument that we have like the dried food and a water skin on our belt, but if you've never had to have like a water skin or a canteen on you, that shit gets heavy. You're not gonna have multiple of those on one belt. You want to see if they have a backpack?
I mean, nothing ventured, nothing gained, right?
Yeah. I'm just gonna do a simple 50-50 because they're already pretty okay with us so far. So 1 to 2 is a no. 3 to 4 is a yes. No, they do not have a backpack.
Well, if they do, they're not willing to sell it.
Yeah, it's in use. So yeah, I don't think we got much helping us there. All right.
Means in a few days we will need to scavenge for water.
Yep, but that's fine. We kind of expected to have to do that anyway. So let's go ahead and update our rations and our silver. So we now have 12 days worth of rations, 60 silver, and technically 4 days worth of water until we rest tonight. So, after we're done treating with the farmers, we let them continue to head back into Schleswig. And we need to go find a place to camp for the night. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and see how well we're able to camp. Because this is a fun thing. Our camp, we could theoretically get no sleep during a camp.
Indeed.
Okay. So, we go ahead and find a place to make camp. And we've got a 17 and a 15. So that is a strong success. That is a strong hit. Against the default DR12 for camping. So we go ahead and use one of our rations and one of our days worth of water. And we don't have any events this night. I guess we are so close to Schleswig still. We you know, it's this is an area that's still pretty well maintained. It's within the Lord's control, so like the soldiers and stuff are still out here.
Indeed.
All right.
Nothing too worrisome yet, other than the king himself.
Indeed. So that means a new day on the roll, or on the road, which means we roll on our calendar.
Indeed. Another day without a ticking. Very important.
Yep. So we got a 7. So no misery for us yet. And let's see what the road we're going to be traveling on is like. It's an 8, so it's a paved road. So yeah, this is paved road, sporadically patrolled by the king's soldiers. So again, we're still on a major thoroughfare. Which explains why the travel between Schleswig and Galgenbeck was so short. We're mostly just taking the main trek. Well, let's see what sort of weather we're going to be encountering today. It's a 9. So it is. Yep, it is a very cold day out. So as we're trudging along, the ground around us sparkles in the dim light of the dying sun, and we have to be very careful not to slip along the paved road. Imagine if the D100 was still only bad if you roll a 1, but because it's so rare, a single 1 is instant annihilation. I mean, you could roll that. You absolutely could run that if you wanted to. A fun way to do that would be to basically just make it so that would basically be to just go ahead and roll like 6 of the miseries, so you have whatever effects that they can have on the world. And then then it's dead if you roll that 1. Which, by the way, because I don't think I showed this, let me pull up the calendar page again. But if we do roll a 1, there actually are these psalms that we have to roll on. And they're vague, but they can have an effect on the world, such as magic in the world dying. Yes, this is a dying world. This is a world in the last gasps of life. It's great.
Yeah, because one of our godlike basilisks has already been proven right time and time again with every prophecy. All that's really left of what they've said will come to pass is the very end.
So, let's see what our road event is going to be today. We've got a 10.
So
A
we have
monastery. I mean, it's cool that we have a monastery. But I don't think we necessarily want to stop by the monastery. Like, we're a man on a mission here.
I think also considering our core objective, we'd be more interested if the monastery was further along our travels.
Yeah.
If it was after we got to Gallagher back, we'd be more interested, because currently, step 1 is get as far away from Schleswig as possible.
Indeed. And not to mention, this is on the major thoroughfare. Like, this is an area still actively patrolled by Schleswig soldiers. So, yeah, no, I wouldn't trust them to either have any more information or be willing to tell us if they did.
Indeed. It is better to just ignore it and move on.
Yeah. So, we continue on, and nothing else really seems to happen today. It's a fairly quiet day of traveling. Our monkeys continue, exploring. They find the frost on the ground absolutely fascinating. There have been, in fact, 1 or 2 times where we have had to dodge a frost-covered rock. But we know our monkeys well enough that we were, in fact, able to dodge it. Without, eating shit on the frost-covered road.
Indeed.
So, we make camp for the night. So, let's see if we have anything happen this evening. So, we got an 18. And a 16. That's another strong hit. So, we are able to pass the night peacefully. No issues, no concerns.
We are sleeping well with our monkeys by our side.
Indeed. So that brings us down to 10 days of rations and 2 more days of water. So in another day, we're going to want to start hunting for another source of water along the road. But that should be perfectly fine. So, let's see what the next day has for us on our 3rd day of travel. I saw that yawn. Illegal!
Another test of the calendar of Necrobel.
19! The world is safe once more for another day.
Indeed. But for how long?
Indeed. The road we are traveling on today is still a well-paved road. We are still on that main thoroughfare. The weather today is soup thick mist. So as the weather warms slightly from the crackling frost, the humidity still hangs heavy in the air around us, and we can't see too far ahead of our noses. The air is thick.
It will definitely make trying to get some water and get back on the road tricky.
Indeed. Are you wanting to spend today looking for water, or would you like to go one more day before
Let's see
go
what's
on?
best happen on the road first.
Okay. So an 11. The ruins of a castle stand out against the sky. I mean,
Again.
honestly, yeah, we're still on that main thoroughfare. I don't think we care about a castle at the moment.
We are halfway to Galligan back. There's really...
Yeah.
However, we can use it as a waypoint to help navigate through the fog.
True.
If it's sending out that thoroughly against the sky.
True. Also, I'm going to do something real quick.
Mhm.
Let's see. Hold on. I forget which book it was in, but there's a table for us to roll on for when the road is not so great. I'm going to roll on it for this particular weather event to see what happens. Don't have to, but I feel like it's more fun too. I just need to remember which book it's in. Okay. Okay, that's not it.
We do have... So there is a roll table in for rectory of spending a day foraging. It doesn't really factor in...
That's not the one I'm looking for. Let's see. I thought it was in solitary defilement. Apparently, I was wrong. Well, you know what? I'm just going to roll a d4 to see if we make any progress today. No, in fact, we do not make progress today, actually. We get so we get so engulfed by the mist that we basically just find a spot where we can clearly see that castle that's just barely visible through the fog against the barely lit sky, and we just hunker down because we feel like we're not going to be able to find our way back to the road if we continue to move forward. You know, it's... I don't know if you've ever had to go through super thick fog, but I have. It is not fun to navigate. But that does mean...
I have not.
It's not great. But that does mean it is time for us to make camp.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's go ahead and see if we have any events going to happen to us. That's an 11. That's a fail. Ooh, we completely failed. Tonight's not going to be great.
Indeed.
So, not only do we get no rest, there is going to be a thing that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Where is my chart? Okay. So, let's see. There should be... Do I not have the chart for, like, what things can happen during camping? I should have it somewhere.
It is a D12. It is, if nothing else, in
Ah,
the
found it.
directory or overland travel.
Yeah, thank you, found it. That's a 10.
That is a dream.
Ah, so we do sleep, but we get no rest because of a dream. And the dream we have is of Gothic carnal houses. Fun. Would you care to describe this dream?
I'm actually not even familiar with Chanel houses. It's not on the top of my head.
So they are vaults where corpses and bones are piled. They are a place associated with violent death, too. So take that in whatever direction you would like.
Very fair. The dream consists of our dear Lygan entering the, at first, grand yet unassuming entrance. But exploring its halls finds increasingly gaudy and gilded skeletons. Riches ripe for the taking, yet seemingly ever more skeletons the deeper one goes.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense for why our guy has gotten 0 sleep. He's not having a great day.
Indeed. And we also test if we lose our Roman.
Yep. I'll do that as soon as I'm done updating our inventory.
You also would gain omens.
True. So, what do I need to roll for that one?
D6. So D6 minus 3.
Haha, we got 2. So 2 minus 3 is nothing.
So we do, in fact, lose our one omen.
Yay! Well, if we get another, if we get a good sleep, we can get that back at least. Let's hope we don't need it during the day, though.
Hopefully.
But so dawns a new day, and another roll on the calendar of Necrobell. So 14, the world does not yet inch closer to its demise. Then, let us see. First, this time, let's see what weather we shall encounter. A 9. Crackling frost. So the fog has given way once more to frost. The ground around us glitters as our monkeys run around and just cause all sorts of hell.
Also, did the on-screen chat break?
Hmm?
The on-screen chat stop updating.
Oh, I guess it did. Hold on. I can fix that. Chat on cam. Reload page.
Yeah, I looked back at that and realized that's not a recent chat.
Yeah, no, that was definitely weird. Thank you for noticing that, because I did not. Oh, nope, it is borked. Hold on.
Ooh.
And disable it, and then re-enable. There we go. Now we're good.
Excellent.
Okay. Also, y'all might want to feed in water meat foliage soon. It's been a minute.
And sand creatures need active attention.
Indeed. So, we have the frost. Now then, let's see what sort of road that we will be traveling across today.
Mm-hmm. Still on the paper.
I'm not complaining.
So we found our way back.
Indeed. We were able to successfully get back to the road. However, we are down to a single day's worth of water left in our skin.
Indeed. So
Might
we'll
be
need to
good
spend
to spend the day to see if we can find some more.
Absolutely. Which would be a D6.
Yep.
Oh.
Oof.
You get lost and spend the day finding the road again.
Which also means we make no progress again.
Indeed.
That's rough.
Well,
D6s are not our friend today, huh?
not in the slightest, but we do rely. We're going to rely on them repeatedly over the next few days.
Indeed. Because after all, and it makes sense, like, our guy was a soldier. He wasn't exactly out there, you know, having to rough it out in the wilds himself. Like, he would have been part of a whole group of people getting food and water for each other. But unfortunately, that does mean we get to make camp once more and see if we can get some decent rest tonight. It's a 10 and a 5. No rest for our guy tonight. Oh, the road's starting to get to our guy.
Indeed. Let's see what happens at the campsite.
Indeed. All right. So 7.
Also,
Lovely. He's streaming again.
so we roll immediately for tomorrow's first event.
Yep. So it'd be an 11. He's streaming of the castle. Still the same castle.
Indeed, we've not moved.
But we've been stuck here. It's almost like a force is preventing him from going forward. And not only that, but he has had in this same spot 2 really rough nights of dreams. Do you think he'll take this as a sign to go investigate the castle? Or do you think that he'll bullheadedly try to continue along the road?
I think... I feel like a soldier wouldn't give into superstition at this point.
Okay.
He would still be bullheaded, But if it continues, he's not going to have much of a choice.
All right. Well, we're still stuck here for the day, though, because we have no water. That was the last of our water.
Do we still need to roll for the weather and the road?
We do indeed. I mean, I'm gonna roll for the weather. I'm not gonna roll for the road because we're not making progress today.
So we are still on the paved road for now.
Yeah,
We have not moved in the past
3 days.
2 days.
Yeah. So, let's go ahead and see what weather we've got. So we have piercing wind. It is a howling windy day. Our monkeys are huddling close to us, trying to keep themselves from getting blown away. They're not having a great time of it. We're not having a great time of it either.
Indeed.
All right.
Travel is nonetheless
But
mandated. We need to forage.
yep. A 3.
Okay.
Oh, we find D6 plus 3 rations of fresh water.
All right.
A 5. That well fills our water skin.
Indeed. Excellent.
So, I'm going to say that we make camp here by this this source of water because we're not moving forward. This took us all day to find.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
No, absolutely.
So that way we will start tomorrow with the full 4 rations of water. But that
Sounds
does
like fun to
mean
me.
Yep, but that does mean we spend the night here. So we are down to 7 rations in total. And let's see how our night goes. Oh, I forgot to roll in the calendar Necrobell. Let's do that real quick.
Indeed. Very important.
I forgot. We're fine. It was a 14.
Fair enough.
But let's see how our night goes.
All right.
We've got a 13. And a 10. So it's a weak hit. So we'll still have an event. But we'll get some... I think we'll still have an event. But we'll get some rest. Yeah, we get our omen back. We use a ration. Yep. And we let's go ahead and roll on our camp events because something happens to wake us up, but we still manage to get some rest anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a 4. So, actually it's a quiet
Okay.
night. We're just restless.
I mean, I suppose considering the weather, we were disrupted probably by the piercing winds.
The piercing winds and the thought of that castle. Even if our guy's not superstitious,
Mm-hmm.
that's a weird thing to be happening.
Mm-hmm.
He can't help but like there's a part of him that like was expecting to dream of that castle again.
Indeed, caught off guard partially by it not happening. Just the wind and the unusual proximity to water. Maybe also just upset. Maybe also just thrown off by being so far from the paved road at the moment after being there for 5 days.
True. Very true. All right.
All right.
So, a new day
Calendar.
dawns. And the world does not yet inch closer to its demise. I'm waiting for the time that's a 1.
Indeed.
Oh. So, let's see. Let's see if we're able to find our way back to that well-paved road.
Let's get the.
Yep, it's going to be a D8.
We also need to roll the weather.
We will. Yep. So it's a 5. Once well-maintained trade road, now fallen into disrepair. So we haven't found our way back to the main road, but we seem to be traveling along a track that was once used by merchants. We're on the road to the castle. I hope you realize that. It's the only thing that makes sense. All right. What's our weather going to be today? 6.
Dead
It
quiet.
is dead quiet. All we hear is the skittering of our monkeys as they run along the road and swing through the trees around us, and our own solemn crunching along the ground.
Let's see what happens on the road.
I so badly want it to be the castle again.
Understandably.
17.
Oh, we get a troll.
Okay. Shit. Is there anything for Adna specifically? Because that's a specific troll. That's the troll Adna.
So I know there is a combat description for a general troll, which has a health value of 32,
Oh!
a special morale value, has a thick hide which will reduce damage by a D2. Its fist deals 2d6 of damage. Has a special modifier of being easy to hit, and attacks are tested against a roll of 10.
Okay. So first, let's see if it actually wants to fight us. Because it is a troll. This troll could just be like, the fuck are you doing here in my territory, and just trying to warn us off.
Mm-hmm.
It may be willing to let us go. I hope.
Especially because if we run into it, because we can make the troll, if we have to combat the troll, it might run away and return more powerful.
Yeah. Let's roll 2d6. That's a 1 and a 6. So it's a 7. It's indifferent to us. It doesn't want us in its territory. That's a 7, so that's right on the border of angered and indifferent. It is basically being like, fuck you doing here?
We've been trying to leave. We just need to get food.
Yeah. We don't even need food. We were literally just looking for water.
We need sustenance, and then we'll be back on our way away from presumably your ground being the castle, considering how central that has been.
Let's it may be indifferent, but it's on the edge of being angry. So let's see if we can make a presence check to like see if we can kind of like back away from this thing and be like, hey, I didn't mean to step into your territory. I got turned around.
Not at all. We will need to be very careful about rolling another 17 on the road.
So, indeed, but, let's see. Yeah, that's, yeah, it's definitely not great.
Yeah, that's because, trolls are noted as being cowards despite their size, so.
Indeed. But it'll be fine. We'll come to that. We'll burn that bridge when we get to it. Do you want to set the difficulty rating for this roll?
Considering it is on the verge of being angry as it is, let's set it at let's set it at 12.
Okay. Difficult, but if we play our cards right, we'll be okay. That's a 10. And a 12. That's a weak hit. So we're slowly backing away, and this thing is basically just tailing us as we're trying to figure out where the edge of its territory is. Like, it lets us back away, but it is clearly following us through the foliage. Like, we can see and hear it in the dead quiet that it is watching us, and it is making sure that we do not bumble back into its territory.
Indeed.
You wanna see if let's roll another D8 to see if we can either find another trek or find our way back to the well-paved road.
Indeed, because the troll definitely won't throw us off of what trail we thought we were on.
Yeah. That's a 3.
That's tracks up by wild beasts or savage monsters.
That's not great. That's no indication of if we're out of the troll's territory or not. You want to give it a good old luck test? We've got one omen.
Yeah, let's. You know what? We need to get this. Also, the faster we get away from Schleswig and presumably the troll, the better.
Yeah. Well, we also need to make sure that we didn't accidentally wander back into the troll's territory or step in the wrong direction. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
So let's set that to a DR12 again, and we'll make this luck. That's a 2. Nope. We wandered back into the territory. We done pissed it off. We hard failed that roll.
Indeed.
That troll is pissed.
All right, let's.
Looks like we're getting into combat.
All right, let's see. So, first, let us roll for initiative.
Yep. we can roll initiative, and then we can try to flee from combat if we want. We do have mechanics for fleeing.
Indeed.
So, what do we need to roll to for our initiative?
So, I'll roll D6. If we end up on 4 through 6, we go first. If it's 1 through 3, troll goes first.
Oh, please let us go first. Please let us go first. Please let us go first. 4! Okay. Do we want to try to run? Been here the whole time? Hell yeah. Glad to have you here, Lily. We're trying to determine what to do about this troll, because it's real not happy with us.
Indeed. So...
We wandered into a troll's territory, and, we fucked up. We fucked up bad. We did not try winking at it. It is on the verge of being real. It was on the verge of being real angry because we wandered into its territory. We were trying to get out of its territory, and we got lost and got further into it. So it's real pissed.
Yeah, and we do not have any sort of armor to help us, so let's definitely take the fleeing route. Zweihan is great for removing smaller foes.
Yeah,
A
troll's not...
A troll is something that you're going to be trading blows with, and we can't handle that.
Neither us nor our monkeys can handle that. Oh yeah, Lily, we have pet monkeys.
Indeed.
They're named after Ash and CTR.
Especially considering that the troll's thick hide will reduce any hit by AT2, which means the fact that our entire strategy at the moment really is just kind of hitting 3 times in one turn. That's much less effective.
We're trying to protect the monkeys, trust me.
Indeed.
Okay. It's an 18! Oh, okay, cool. And a 7. You know what? That's fine. That's a weak hit. We evade. The monster gets a chance to attack us. So,
Right. That is 2d6.
ow! That's a 6. And a 4. That's 10 points of damage directly to us.
Indeed.
Ooh.
Fetch me their souls.
Hey! Welcome in, Raiders! Hello, Kratna! Welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing today? You were playing a game called Hello Good Boy. I've never heard of that. How is that? How was your stream? I hope it went well. And hello, Raiders. Welcome in. If you do not know who I am Lilith Nox, your supportive demon waifu, as well as the demon of knowledge and general mess of an entity. I am a variety streamer. We do a lot of things here, everything from JRPGs to Minecraft. And today we're actually doing a TTRPG. We're doing a single-player campaign of a game called Borg. I am joined by the wonderful Alutierre. Say hello.
Hello there.
Who is helping me with this improv game because he is a fantastic writer and storyteller, and I'm a mess. So, how are you all doing today? Oh yeah, our character also just got wrecked badly.
Indeed.
It's a really cozy game, playing it for the first time. There is a cute dog helping you. Oh, that's awesome. I might have to look into that. We do love cute, cozy games. So... So I'll give this this to you, Alutierre, on if we're going to let this be the end of Lygan, or if this will just be him basically getting knocked out and the troll thinking he's dead, but able to wake back up in the morning. Sans probably his food.
Considering we lost our health while attempting to flee, we can probably go for a broken roll to decide.
Okay. Getting more and more into cozy games lately. Understandable, honestly. They're such a good form of escape. I sent you the name of the game for future looking into. Thank you, Lily. I appreciate you. All right, so what page is the broken chart at? I know it's in the core rules.
Oh, actually, hold on. We actually can test a defense roll first.
Can we? We don't have armor.
This is a test again. This is a test for agility. DR12. If we try to dodge it.
All right. Well, yeah, we can definitely try. I think it's going to hit us, though.
I mean, either way, we're getting hit.
Yeah.
This is.
All right.
So it's a test against 12.
Well, we got a 12 and a 12.
All right. So actually, we do manage to dodge the fists. Benefits of not having armor, I guess. Slightly more mobility.
I guess. Yeah, our whole +0 mobility.
I mean, better than a negative of wearing heavy armor, I guess, in this particular instance.
True.
Considering we barely evaded both fists.
Indeed. Also, as a reminder for those in chat and those new who came by, there are ways for you all to interact with this game. So there are channel point redeems for adding to or subtracting from our rolls, as well as forcing a positive or negative event of your choice to occur right at that moment with bits. So, you can also change the camera angle that you are staring at us with using !camera in chat. All right, well, that's fun. All right, thank you, Lily. So our next roll we'll have a +1 to it, which is very nice.
Indeed. Definitely going to need it.
Yeah, no joke.
We have managed to escape the troll, which hopefully leaves us out of its territory. Hopefully at least not be able to see the castle puts our minds somewhat at ease in that regard, if nothing else.
Hopefully. Gotta be on your good side or else I get locked into the closet again. I mean, it's not my fault you keep going into the closet, Lily. I'm not the one locking it. You keep going in there to hide and then locking it behind yourself. And then you forget that you did that and panic when you get stuck. I can't help you with that. You do too, Locket. All right. So, well, with that terrifying day out of the way, if it's not you, it must be CTR locking it. Why are you hiding in a closet in the basement? That's your first problem. So let's see if we can get some rest for our poor guy.
Indeed.
Let's make camp. That's a 5, which is a 6. We're not looking great.
Indeed.
And a 17. We got a weak hit.
Alright, so let's see what disrupts our night.
Indeed.
What happens at the campsite?
All right. Nightly events. That'd be a 4. It is another quiet night. He's just really paranoid about that troll coming after him again.
Understandably.
Like, that is a night spent, like, you have dug a pit for your fire, and you're basically just hiding with holding your blanket as high up as you possibly can, waiting to hear that crunch across the ground of that troll coming for your giblets.
Indeed. A paranoia that is furthered by how quiet the day has been.
Indeed. Because when it's that quiet, you really do your brain starts making up the sounds.
Indeed.
Okay. So.
Right. Apocalypse check.
Yep. Now we roll to see if the world moves a step closer to the end. It does not. These rolls have been shockingly kind to us. I'm suspicious.
Indeed.
All right. Oh, let's see. Let's see what our weather today is going to be. That's a 10. An irritating drizzle. So it is raining cold rain. And it's not enough to really soak us through, but it is just enough to be annoying.
Indeed.
But hopefully, we can finally make some progress towards Gelgenbeck today.
Hopefully, as I imagine the monkeys all will be happy with being wet.
No.
So, we are back on a trade boat at least.
Indeed. But I think we're on the other side of the castle at this point. So we're heading away from it.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see what we encounter on the road today.
Ah, the
The
road
road
forks.
forks.
The signs are unintelligible. Reroll.
Indeed. All right, rerolled what the road is like. So let's go ahead and roll another d8. We got an 8. We found the main thoroughfare again.
Excellent.
Wonderful. All right. We love that for us. So, let's see. So, shall we say it was a pretty quiet day? We managed to find our way back to the main thoroughfare, so we didn't really encounter too much bad things along the side of the road.
Indeed. So
All
that
right.
leaves us, I believe, 2 days travel away from Galgenbeck.
I believe so. Yeah.
Since we had 3 days of reliable travel, and then 2 days of getting turned around at the same place, and then 1 day of running away from a troll.
Yeah. This is great. All right. So let's go ahead and make camp for the night.
Mhm.
All right. So that's a 16 and a 20. Oh, we've got a quiet night finally.
Excellent.
Nothing happens. All right. So we are down to 5 days worth of rations and 2 days worth of water.
Fortunately, we'll run out of water when we get to Galgenbeck, so...
Theoretically, if we don't get waylaid again.
Indeed. But as far at least, we can plan on just sticking to the travel road and improvising if things get dicey.
Indeed. All right. Calendar of Necrobell. Ooh, that's close. That was a 3.
Thank goodness there were no negative modifiers on the roll.
For real. All right. A new day dawns. Let us see what weather we shall have today. 7. Oh, that sucks. So, our weather today is a cloudburst. A cloudburst, if you are not familiar, is the rain basically just we get really heavy storm clouds overhead, and then they just drop all of their rain down at once, effectively. It is a strong amount of rain, and there's thunder and lightning crashing around us during this. I don't think we're making progress today, because I don't think we can travel through this.
Monkeys are not going to be happy.
Oh no, our monkeys are miserable right now. They are not having a great time of it.
Shall we roll a road event and hope for a weather change?
Yes, we shall. Well, first let's see if let's see what sort of road we're traveling along to. See if if this also forces us to divert track over us trying to move through it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll say that this probably doesn't stop us immediately unless we get the event that does make us stop. But at the very least, it's going to slow us down. We're going to have to add an extra day.
Indeed. If we roll a bad road, we're definitely not moving forward. If we get we're going to 4 higher, we should be
Yeah.
able to move
But
forward-ish.
yeah, let's see. D8. We got a 1. We have gotten onto a dirt track.
A tractor in Cloudburst.
Yup. Which means it is mud. It is thick, gooey mud.
Which means we're hoping for a road event that will change the weather.
Yeah. Well, we also get to roll to see if we lose track on the on that track too, because that's also another thing. Actually, I found the chart for the thing. So it's a DR10 presence or omens check on 1d20 to see if we wander off into the wilderness. I found it.
All right, let's see.
So yeah, let's go ahead and do that, because if that fails, we go into the leaving the road chart instead of the road events.
Mhm.
Yay. Do we want to make this an omens check? So we get our +1.
We'll need it.
Yeah. So 14, so a 15. We're fine. We managed to stay on the road.
All right. What road exists anyway?
Yeah. So let's see what our road event is going to be. A 13. Funerary procession.
Filthy Farmers.
Oh, I'm looking at a different chart. I'm going back and forth between a couple of the charts.
Oh.
Because there's actually multiple charts.
Oh.
The Filthy Farmers is 14 on this chart. We got a 13 for the event by the road. So that's going to be the funerary procession inside of Overland Travel.
Oh, fair.
And so that explains why actually we got forced onto the dirt track. So as we're traveling along the road in this cloudburst, we come across this funerary procession that's, traveling along this road to one of the, smaller little like hidden villages along the side. Because there's villages along these roads that between these main thoroughfares, we just haven't come across any. And the road is basically just completely taken up by this procession and this very large coffin that they're carrying. So to avoid them, we get forced off of this, off the trail onto this narrow dirt track, which between the cloudburst making it difficult to see where we're going and soaking the ground around us, turning it into a muddy slog. I think we lose half a day's worth of progress.
Indeed.
We make a little bit of progress, but not much. So, that means we get to camp in the wet and muck tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a 16 and a 3. We get a camp event. Yay!
All right, let's see what happens.
Oh. There we go. It's a
Quiet
4. It's another quiet night. We're just miserable in the cold and wet, and our monkeys are miserable in the cold and wet. We just don't sleep well because we're basically just laying there staring up at the sky going, why?
Indeed.
Poor Lygan's not having a great time of it.
I mean, it does still seem better than the alternative.
Oh, definitely. But that doesn't make it any less miserable.
Indeed.
So, we awake once more into the cold, dreary dawn. And the world continues to move forward with a 17. So we get ourselves up, we clean ourselves up as best as we can. We've got enough water for one more day. May have to hope that we can come across some water before we make it to Gelgenbeck, because it's going to be a little bit tight.
Indeed.
All right. So, you know the deal. We roll for our weather first.
Mm-hmm.
That was the wrong die. That's a 4. Oh, Jesus, it's still storming.
Mm.
But it's not as bad as a cloudburst.
Mhm.
So it is loud, rolling thunder, like the kind of thunder that just you can't tell where one peal of thunder stops and the other begins. Oh, Lily is positively influencing our next roll. No worries. Welcome back from gossip girling. But it's the kind of thunder where you can't tell where one is stopping and the other one is ending, as just lightning continues to flash around us. Again, our monkeys are not having a good time of it. It's loud. They've been wet for two whole days now.
Indeed, from irritating drizzle to a cloudburst to a deafening storm now.
Yeah, it's not great. Let's see if we manage to get back onto a decent road at least.
We're not on a good road. We will need to forage.
Yep. We got a 5.
That's
We're
Wellington
back
Road.
on. Yep, we're back onto a trade road. Or sorry, 6 because of Lily's positive influence. Well used road. We're close. We are so close to Gelgenbeck.
Mm-hmm. Now, our fate really comes down to the event by the road.
Yep. See what happens. We got a 9.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's not great. Let's hope it's not the water. Okay. So let's roll a d4 then to see if it's going to be the food or the water.
Certainly.
So let's say 1 to 2 is the food, 3 to 4 is the water.
All right.
It's the water.
Well, we don't even need to roll then, because it was already just all of it.
Yep. So as we wander along the road, we realize that some of the rainwater has gotten into our water skin, and it's no longer drinkable because as the rainwater mixes with the clean water that we had, it smells foul. Something has clearly gone very wrong. Yup, it's not great.
Indeed.
Which means we now have to see about foraging.
Mm-hmm. So,
It's a D6.
time for another D6. They have been cruel to us thus far.
They have indeed. It's a 6.
Okay, so yeah, that's a village,
Wonderful.
which is again another D6.
Yep. But that's fine. That's fine. We can roll with that. We're trying not to die of dysentery. We're trying very hard not to die of dysentery. It's a 6.
Ooh.
Inhabited by cannibals. No water for sale. It's not great.
That's all we need.
Oh.
Because we don't.
Trade water for toes. Unfortunately, that does mean that they would not be willing to give us water at all. If we offer, I think since they're cannibals, if we offer a part of ourselves, they're just going to take all of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's. I mean, we don't. We still have a decent amount of food,
Yeah, we got 4 days worth of food.
especially this close to Galgenbeck. What we need is water, and that's not what they're offering. So, I think we will politely vacate the premises.
Well, I would say let's see if we're able to get some sort of lodging. Like if we're able to pay for lodging at the least, we should be able to at least hopefully guarantee our safety and we won't have to be like out in the cold and wet.
Yeah, especially with the storm going on.
Yeah. And like we've been trudging through rain for 2 days. And our poor monkeys are not having a good time of it, and we like our monkeys. We want them to be happy.
Indeed.
So let's see. Well, first of all, let's see what their reaction to us is going to be, other than their willingness to sell us food. Okay.
So that is a
2 and a 1. No, they
that
don't.
is that is kill.
Nope. We're running. We're running. We're not staying here. We basically got into this village and they went, new flesh. You want to buy food. You want to give us silver. And then we go, maybe not. And they're really not happy with us about it.
Mm-hmm.
You want to roll a luck roll to see if we can get away without combat?
Might as well.
All right. Let's make this just a regular DR12. So that's a 16. And a 6. That's a weak hit. So one of them is going to bonk us with something, or at least try to. We're gonna have something thrown at us, I think. Yes, I saw that. Unfortunately, the rolls that we did, your positive applied to the would have applied to the first roll, the 16, which already passed,
Mm-hmm.
and it wouldn't have helped the 6 if it's a DR12. So.
Indeed. And even if it did affect the 6, that still does not contest with the 12, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, I appreciate that. I appreciate you trying to help. So, you think they're gonna throw something at us?
I mean, we can roll the... Considering the cannibals, maybe they throw a female when we face the D4 calculation of that.
Yeah, sure. We should try to roll to dodge it first, though. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
that'll be against DR12.
Yep. That's an 8
Okay.
and an 8. We're taking a femur before we get away.
Alright, so let's roll the D4.
That's a 4.
Full 4 points of damage.
Ow. So, ow. We're sitting at 3 health points right now.
But at least, as long as if we get any rest, we'll be fine.
Yeah, it's true. So,
The question is if we get any rest.
yeah. So, what happens is we go into the village and we're just looking for water. Like we've got enough rations. And you know, we make some small talk with the villagers. We try to figure out, you know, we figure out that we're actually very close to our goal of Gelgenbeck. Like, we get confirmation of it at least. So we've gotten turned around so many times. We weren't really sure how far away we were at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they suddenly start getting like real pushy with trying to get us to buy their rations. Like suspiciously pushy and trying to push their food onto us, and we don't want any of it because like we're getting some really like bad vibes about this place. It's just like it seems like it's going to be a real bad idea for us to do this.
You're offering us food but no water. We really need water. Thank you.
Yeah. And as we're looking, like, we're slowly kind of, like, trying to back our way out of this, we start noticing that the bones around the village that we had originally taken to be animal bones are, in fact, not animal bones. They're long pig. They do be human. And we realized that we were in danger. And they realize that. We realize this. And they get real angry real fast. And as we turn to try and just book it out of this village as fast as we possibly can, one of them manages to get a clean hit in with a femur that they had in their hand, and with a crack, that bone they managed to hit us hard enough that the bone actually breaks across our back, doing the full amount of damage that it possibly can and sending us reeling. But we're able to get to our feet fast enough to continue booking it down the road, the shouts of the angry villagers slowly fading as they get swallowed by the trees. Ah!
Yeah,
Everything's angry at us.
Indeed. We are. The only thing that's not angry at us is our monkeys.
Mm-hmm. Our monkeys like us at least.
Indeed. It's the one thing we really have going for us currently.
All right. And that does mean, unfortunately, we have to camp without water.
Indeed.
Which I believe actually means that I don't think we recover HP tonight.
Correct.
So tonight's gonna suck.
Indeed.
All right. Let's go ahead and roll to see if we have a quiet night. It's a 7. And an 8. No.
Alright, what happens to the campsite?
Let's see. That was the wrong die. An 11. A band of blind albino cultists pass by, quietly chanting eerie hymns to their alligator goddess. Let's see how they feel about us.
We want to interact with them. Might be better to let them pass by.
They're wandering by our campsite. We need to see if they are just upset at us even being there. Because who knows, maybe our camp's in the middle of their procession.
Fair.
That's a 5. And a 2! They're different. They don't care. We just get haunted by the sounds of their procession and their humming. So it is still not a great night for us. We get no sleep. We have no water. But at least we're left alone.
Indeed. We have to get water this next day, or else...
Yeah, we start losing HP, don't we?
Indeed. We have... If we don't get water within the next 2 days, we will lose a D4 of health.
Oof. Which, could just kill us.
Indeed.
So, a new day dawns, and we have not slept a wink.
The world turns another day.
Yep. Got a 4, so we're still doing okay. Now let's see what the weather is going to be. Lifeless and gray. Honestly, not the worst.
At least it's a neutral standpoint.
Indeed. Let's see what sort of road we're going to be searching along for some water. It's a 3. So we're on animal tracks again.
Alright.
Which is not great, because that means we have to roll to see if we get lost again. That's an 18. We're fine.
Alright.
No getting lost. All right, so let's see if
Well,
we
we're
can
not-
find some water.
We're not necessarily free from getting lost yet, because there is still
True.
possibility in the C6.
Okay. Oh, we got a 6.
Okay, now let's see what village we get.
We got a 2. Plague stricken. Any ration has a 2 in 6 chance of being tainted. Okay, but we're not looking for rations. We're looking for water. It doesn't say that it doesn't have water, so you wanna roll a luck to see if we get water?
Certainly.
Okay. Oh, that's a 15. They've got water.
Excellent.
I'm gonna say it's probably like the village well. So it is water coming from the ground, so it is clean.
Mhm.
So we're not buying food here. We don't need food. We're actually good on that for the moment. But
Indeed.
we can fill our water skin. Just all we needed.
Indeed. It's the core thing we've been looking for 2 days now.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what our road event is. Got an 8. The road forks. All right. And then, because I'm using, I went to the Furitory chart this time, so we get to re-roll the event again.
Alright.
Instead of re-rolling the road conditions. This is why I keep going back and forth between it, so that way, even if we roll the same thing, sometimes different stuff happens.
Ah,
That's a 2. Nothing in particular happens. The world is gray.
alright.
Much like the weather today.
Alright, so we still are a day and a half away from Garganbeck.
But we're doing good, I think.
We have food and water. We can focus purely on travel to Garganbeck.
Which is great. Oh, I love that for us.
Indeed.
Okay. So, let's make camp for the night. I'm also, by the way, the reason why I'm also not worrying about our rations and stuff for chat, even though we have the monkeys, I'm assuming that the monkeys are foraging for themselves. Like, the monkeys are probably, like, just finding, like, some nuts or small berries or insects to eat along the road that we can't really eat. So we're not having to feed them.
No, because it would be... If it was central to actually feeding them, that would be mentioned in the equipment part, which...
Correct.
I believe just leaves us trying to sleep again.
Yep. So let's make camp and see what happens. It's a 14. And a 7. We can.
Okay, so we at least recover our health because we have rations again.
Yeah. We have rations, we have water. So let's see.
And now campsite event.
Indeed. I'm just double checking how much HP we're going to get. So it's a weak hit, so we get a D4 HP. We get 1 HP, so we're at 4 HP now.
It's a something.
Yeah. We're over half. Okay. And by the way, for those who haven't seen it yet, everything actually is actively being kept track of. So everything here, I have been keeping track of our rations and how much water we have and our HP and everything. I just realized I hadn't shown the character sheet in a while. Hooray! Listen, it may be a whopping 4, but 4 out of 7 genuinely isn't bad. It could be much worse. So yeah, let's see what our camp event is going to be. That's a 2. It's a quiet night.
Well, not a quiet night, and just... Lygan's already been through a lot and is not sleeping well as a result.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Not in the slightest. So, it's a quiet night. We have some trouble sleeping. We're continually worried about things like the cannibals coming after us again. You know, the troll, whatnot. It's just... There's so much going through our minds right now that it just makes it so hard to sleep. But another day dawns.
Oh.
And that's a 1.
Well, let's see what our first psalm is.
Yep. I'm pulling up the chart now. I scrolled past it. There it is. So, this is going to be fun. We have rolled a 1, which means we roll for which psalm takes effect from the calendar of Necrobell. And the world inches one step closer to its death. So our first roll is a 2, so it's going to be Psalm 2.
All right.
Verse 6.
Psalm 2:6. And she shall see him grow stronger, and she reveals herself, and all shall be slain.
I'm glad we don't know where that's happening. 'Cause that's not great.
Indeed.
That does mean we get one segment filled in our gauge. So, it's happening here in Florida. All shall be slain in Florida? I don't want everybody to be slain in Florida. I got friends down there. But our next roll will be influenced positively by Lily. Much appreciated. Whew. We will miss you. Well, don't you mean I'll miss y'all if y'all are getting slain by her? Cause y'all won't be around anymore. Y'all won't have anything to miss. It's not great. And we'll go ahead and change the backing track for that. And yes, I am using the Silent Hill 2 OST for this, which if you're watching this as the VOD, you're not going to be able to hear, because I don't want to get copyright struck, but I couldn't find good background music otherwise, so yeah. Anyway, let's see what the weather shall be on this cursed day. A 5, which is actually a 6. It is dead quiet. Which makes sense. A bunch of people apparently just died. So, yeah. The world is quiet and waiting. It almost feels as if everything is holding its breath, hoping not to be noticed. And then our road for today, as we begin the approach to Gelgenbeck, is a maintained trade road. So we're still on the same road, I think. No, we were on the well-used road before. So we are on a trade road. It's fallen into disrepair. But unfortunately, we had to make a diversion from that well-used road. And the reason for that is we came across some more farmers. We came across some more farmers, and frankly, we've had so many bad experiences on the road that that poor Lygan has just went, nope, not dealing with it. No.
You know, we're just moving on. We're close enough to Galgenbeck. We just...
Yeah.
We can get there alive if we keep our head down.
Yeah, I think what happened is the farmers, we were traveling along the road, Lygan sees the farmers, and before the farmers can, really spot him, he just diverts down the path, down into a trade path to just be like, nope. No. I'm too close to Galgenbeck. I refuse. I'm not letting some bullshit get me again.
Indeed. We're definitely running into some paranoia.
Oh, definitely. So I'm not even going to bother to see what their opinion of us is, because we're just not engaging.
Indeed.
So, shall we make camp for the final
Indeed.
time before reaching Galgenbeck?
Let us.
All right. That's a 6. And a 2. We're not sleeping. We do have a positive influence, so maybe we'll get something decent for the for our night. I have to scroll? What do you mean? I'm sorry, I'm not... Oh, yeah. Sorry, I had to make the amounts higher, otherwise I knew people would just start spamming them. But that's fine. That just means that you hopefully influence our nightly event for the better.
Let's see what happens.
So that would be a 4. It's a quiet night. We're nervous. Now that Galgenbeck is literally, we could probably see, Galgenbeck on the horizon as we made camp tonight. I just hear we need to roll and I run to the point redeem. That's so fair. So I think, we were able to see Galgenbeck on the horizon as we made camp, and now the reality of the situation is really starting to drive home to Lygan. Originally, it was just I'm doing this so that way I can escape my shitty life in Shelswig and hopefully, maybe make a change for the better, but I need to get out of there. And then his every waking thought since has been on surviving.
Indeed.
But now that the city looms over the horizon, he now realizes the monument task that he has put upon himself of trying to see if he can find the person who might know where this potential lordling lives, where they are hiding, and if they even exist.
Indeed.
In a city he does not know. Influence roll positive. All right, well, at least we know we're not going to be immediately going up a step on the calendar of Necrobell, but we do still have to roll for it.
Indeed. So we can't lose the roll if we don't roll.
Yep. That's an 8, so we're fine.
Hey, look at that, not a 1.
Indeed. So let us see, because since we got delayed by half a day, let's say that we still get a road event before reaching Galgenbeck that we have to resolve. And then we don't get a chance to do much in Galgenbeck before we have to go to sleep. But we do get there, so we won't have to worry about our food and rations, at least.
Indeed.
All right. So let's see what the weather is going to be. That's a 10. It's an irritating drizzle again. This poor guy is going to hate the rain by the end of his life.
I mean, the monkeys already hate it.
Yeah. Monkeys are not having a great time again, but it'll be fine. And then, what's the quality of the road going into Galgenbeck? Are we taking a main road or are we taking a side road in? Looks like we're taking a side road in. A once well-maintained trade road. All right, and then we have a positive influence for whatever our road event's going to be today. So a 19. So that is going to be an abandoned graveyard by the road. Do we wish to check out this graveyard, or are we just ignoring it?
Honestly, I think Lygan has no interest at this point. Galgenbeck and his goal are literally within sight.
Indeed. Not to mention undead are a known thing in this world. He doesn't want to take that chance this close to the city.
Indeed. Especially since undead have really not fought in single numbers, which is kind of what he
Excels at.
Yeah, because his entire thing is kind of assassination with monkey assistance.
There could be grave treasure. However, we don't know that there's grave treasure. And to be fair, we're actually not hurting for money right now. We've
Indeed.
got 60 silver, which is quite a bit.
We have barely used any pus because like the main thing we really need to purchase would be armor, which we might purchase while we're in Galgenbeck, but
I think that'd be a great idea for us to do. Because yeah, I don't
Especially
think we'd have been able to get it in Shellswig.
especially after dealing with the troll.
Yeah. Fear. All right. So we make it into the city. And let's see if we can find it. Let's see if we can find an inn to stay at. You want to do a just straight up luck roll?
Absolutely.
All right. So since it's a city, we'll say it's an average 10. But that's a 16 and a 7. So it's a weak hit. So we found an inn that is willing to house us, but what do you think the catch is?
Honestly, they probably will demand an additional price, probably for being a very actively wet outsider with monkeys.
Yeah. That's very fair.
Do you know what it'll take to get the wet monkey smell out of that room afterward? you are covering that price in advance.
Yeah, no, that's so fair, actually. Let's see. I'm assuming we don't have a thing to roll on for inn prices, so let's take a look at what the equipment is and then make something up.
Yeah, services. There's mention for the price of a night in hospice, but not for.
Well, that would be. I think that would be the same.
Yeah, so that'll be standard price. Double it to 6 silver.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah. And this is probably like the only like inn that he was able to find that would be okay with both him and his monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Not leaving the monkeys behind.
absolutely not. Okay, so that leaves us with 54 silver.
Mhm.
And a new day, which means it's a day that we can start checking the city, seeing if we can find anything in regards to those rumors.
Indeed.
So,
The start of the day should probably be gathering information.
and then we can buy stuff towards the end of the day,
Okay.
assuming we don't take the entire day to find somebody.
Indeed.
All right. So, do you want to do a flat luck roll for seeing if we can find a source of information?
Certainly.
Okay. What's our DR?
Considering this is considering one, this is where this must probably really start to circulate, also as the central trade city in this land. And so by this point, the rumors are probably constantly circulate. There's not really any value to them as a source of trade at this point. Probably lower than usual, probably around, I'd say probably just a 10 comparison.
Yeah, and not to mention this is so far away from Schleswig at this point that chances are the people here wouldn't be uncomfortable talking about it anyway.
Indeed.
All right, and Lily's giving us a positive influence, so let's see what happens. That's 12.
All right, excellent.
Actually, that'd be a 13 because we're rolling luck, and that was an 8, so it's a weak hit.
Mhm.
So we do find somebody that knows something.
Mhm.
So we find some information that will hopefully lead us to the guy we're looking for. Because remember, we're coming here because we were told that somebody who might know where the Lordling is or can verify those rumors would be here. So let's see. Should be like an NPC chart that I can roll on to be like, this is the person's name and this is what they do.
Let's see.
See, I know the name is at the start of the core book.
Let's see. Okay, so NPC encounters under the Alone in the Crowd book, at least, are done.
Okay.
You can roll you can roll a 2d6 to determine that of 36 options.
Okay. So that's going to be a 2 and a 2.
That's an assassin.
Okay. Let's roll the reaction to see if they're after us.
Indeed.
So that's a 6 and a 1. So they're indifferent to us. That we are not their target.
Indeed. But an assassin would definitely have some direction, but also considering they are indifferent to us, it definitely explains why they're not going to give us a lot of information.
Indeed. Well, let's see if perhaps the Lordling is their target.
Indeed.
No. Possibly somebody related to the situation, but not the Lordling himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, indifference, yeah. Okay. So, what information are we able to get from the assassin in terms of actually finding the guy that we're looking for?
Let's see. Perhaps they are willing to share the direction which they are going for a related contract that may lead closer to the source of where the rumors might have started in the first place.
Could you repeat that last bit?
Because if the assassin is going to a related contract, then in that same area might be where the basis of those rumors began in the first place.
Or how about, because again, we're not looking for the Lordling himself yet. We're looking for somebody who can lead us to the Lordling. What if the assassin points us in a direction of where he got information for where his target, who is close to the Lordling, came from?
Certainly.
AKA points us towards the person, but that doesn't necessarily mean that person is still there.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say that the person that we're going after, we hear from this assassin that they frequent a place of ill repute. Because that seems appropriate for a city like this.
Mm-hmm.
So we can, see if our guy is there, or if we're going to be sent on another wild goose chase.
Certainly.
Okay, you want to set the DR for this one?
We can probably put it slightly higher since this is we do have reliable information on it, so probably a 13.
Okay. That's a 9. And a 5. That is a complete failure.
Well,
So that
shall
means
we
that
roll?
he is not there, nor are they willing to give us any information about this guy.
Mm-hmm.
We could roll to see if we believe them in that, they don't know who we're talking about, or if they're actually telling the truth. Because it could just be like we just got bad information.
Could be.
You want to do a flat presence check? I mean, it doesn't matter. It's still a +0, but
Indeed.
okay. DR 10.
Let's go for the standard DR 12, I think.
Okay. Failure! Yeah, we have no idea. We think it's bad information.
Oh, unfortunate.
Indeed. So that means another night spent in the city to see if
Mm-hmm.
and searching tomorrow.
Indeed.
So, we are no longer wet and stinky. So, I think we're going to be paying the regular in rate tonight.
Probably slightly heightened in rate for the monkeys.
So maybe 4 silver instead of 3.
Certainly.
Okay. Puts us at 50. And a new day dawns.
All right.
We're fine.
The world continues turning.
Hmm?
And the world continues turning.
Yep. Okay. So, what shall we do next? Do we want to try a different avenue for searching for the guy, or I'll let you lead today.
Well, I mean, it is a large city, and I mean, it is a common enough rumor that it could spread. So we can probably continue the same avenue and try and hopefully find a new source of similar information. Hopefully more reliable this time.
Okay. Do another luck roll. 17 or 18. And a 1. That's a weak hit.
All right. Shall we roll to see what sort of NPC it was?
Absolutely.
All right.
It's going to be a 3 and a 4.
Ooh. That is a diseased host infected by goblinism, zombieism, plague, or parasite. Cure them or avoid them.
Okay. We ended up on a not fun side of town. So we're not getting any information from this one, I don't think.
Indeed. So seeing that it was a weak hit, we probably recognized that the information is circulated enough to have validity, but realized before sharing in whatever plague this individual had, we avoided really sharing in a conversation with them on this matter.
I would say, since it was a weak hit, so we should get something positive out of it. Why don't we say we have a better chance of actually finding a better source of information tomorrow? Like we actually get some sort of idea of where in the city this person is supposed to be, so we can lower the DR roll tomorrow. But for now, would you, since we found that guy, but we didn't get, like, sucked into a day-long exploration like we did with the assassin, did you want to try buying some, or seeing if we could buy some equipment?
Certainly, since we do have enough currency to reliably get some light armor. It was only 20 silver, which gives us some armor and without damaging our wallet, as we do not know how long we will be staying here with the heightened in prices.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Give me a second while I mark that down. Okay. Perfect. So that'll help us out quite a bit if and when we get into more combat encounters. So at least it's better than just face tanking everything.
Indeed. Let us let's reduce 1d2 of damage, which, with our low health, could be all the difference.
Mm-hmm. All right. So that sounds like that's another night in the end for us.
Indeed.
So let's see. The light armor took us down to 30, and then that's going to take us down to 26.
Mm-hmm.
My mental math is not my strong suit. All right. A new day dawns. 9. Still safe.
Indeed. No new cataclysms.
Indeed, for now. All right. Let's do another luck roll in our new area. So what's our new DR?
We have a reduced DS. We'll have it probably against a 10.
I was going to say like a 9 or an 8.
We can go with 9 then.
Okay. All right, so we got an 18. And a 7. Son of a bitch.
You're definitely not too keen on... It's probably the monkeys, isn't it?
It's probably the monkeys. I'm not sure I would tell the truth to a guy just wandering around with a Zweihander and 2 monkeys either. I'd probably tell him whatever he wanted to hear to leave me alone.
At least he has armor, so at least his Zweihander's less disconnected.
Indeed.
Rather than, hello, I am wearing casual clothes with a Zweihander and 2 monkeys.
All right. So, let's see who we run into this time.
All right, 5 and 3 is a demonologist.
Ooh. Okay.
If oh, all right, so considering they specify if friendly, we should probably roll a temperament check.
That's a 5 and a 6. Oh, they like us.
They are helpful. So they are willing to sell us imps in the rings and 5 silver, which we do not have. So, so let's roll a default, see what it will do daily.
Okay.
Because if it's so, we got 4. Oh, a demonologist is, despite being friendly, is rolling a d4 will have them appear as a mongrel for 1 combat encounter.
Okay, we're not combating them, so that's fine.
Indeed. So
what do you say that he may not have the direct information that we're looking for, but he knows where the guy we're looking for is. For sure. Still gives us another day of having to find the guy. But at least we've got a solid lead finally.
Absolutely. And at least if anything unfortunate happens, at least a friendly mongrel will not be bad.
Indeed. Very true. So we find out from our demonologist that the guy we are looking for is named Therg. 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 And that he's not sure what the guy's relation to the Lordling is, but he knows where he is at least. He can get us get us a meeting with them.
Excellent.
And that the reason why we've been having such a hard time finding him is he has been intentionally leaving false starts and clues all over the city because someone is after him.
Understandable.
All right. That gives us another night of sleep, I think, unless you wanted to do anything else.
No, that's definitely a good place to rest for the time being, partially because a new day always comes with uncertainty.
Indeed.
Rest and preparation are important.
So, we are now at 22 silver, and a new day dawns. We are safe once more. All right. So, we have been given the information for how to find our guy. What do we want to do about it?
Well, let's utilize the information we have and see if this information does ultimately hold up.
All right. Luck roll?
Let's go for a luck roll.
Okay, so that's a 11. We'll count this as like a another DR9, because we were given like information that we're fairly certain is solid.
Indeed.
And a 2. Weak hit. So maybe we do find the guy, but he's probably not happy to see us necessarily.
Yeah, this is... I mean, we are an outsider. We are an unknown value rather than... Something like this would mostly rely on a trusted circle.
Mhm. Okay, so I'm gonna roll to see if he's going to be... I'm basically, because of that, I'm going to eliminate the almost friendly and helpful options from the reactions chart and just turn them into indifferent. Just going to see if he's actually aggressive against us.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 5. And a 3. He is very much indifferent.
I mean, that's the best we can hope for.
Yeah? Oh, rip me, grass.
Rest in peace, Meatgrass.
Well, I should probably turn off the timer for that one, otherwise it's going to start dying multiple times in a row. And we don't want that.
Indeed.
Okay. Anyway, so we find our guy. He is indifferent to us. He's not really thinking about giving us the information we're looking for, like, straight up.
Mm-hmm.
So he probably wants us to do something for him, right? Like, he doesn't...
Mm-hmm.
He probably doesn't want our silver. Like, if he's able to be so well set up inside of Gelgenbeck that he can leave, like, false crumbs of where he's been, he's probably doing pretty well for himself. So I don't think he'd be able to be bribed, right?
Indeed.
So he wants something to prove that we're serious and that we're not just, like, out to get him and out to get, like, the Lordling, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think he wants us to do? What sort of quest is he going to send us on?
That is a fair question. Well,
What do you think?
not entirely certain.
Well, there should be charts for, like, whatever they want. Because you have the alone module pulled up, right?
Right.
So you should be able to... There should be a chart in there somewhere to determine what he wants or, like, what his interest is. Oh, I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm looking through the chart in the core book for like reasons to spark adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Powerful elixir needs ingredients. He is trying to get ingredients for elixir for something that he's trying to do for some reason. Won't tell us why. And frankly, we're not really interested in the reason why. We just want his information. He agrees to help us if we help him find the ingredients. And then, according to him, the ingredients can be found in the wilds around Gelgenbeck. They're just difficult to find. Like, it's something that you have to go out of your way looking for off the beaten track.
Sounds like a start.
All right. So, I am going to use the bathroom real quick, before we, continue on into that. So, you get to entertain chat for a moment.
So how are we all doing tonight? Be certain to pay attention to dead meatgrass and judge viewership as a whole for not taking care of poor meatgrass. How dare. I'm glad you're doing great, even if work is quite hectic at the moment. I'm doing quite well, thank you for asking.
I have returned. Oh. I have returned. Did you start
Welcome.
any riots in my absence?
I did not.
Aw. Why not? Riots are great. Everybody enjoys riots. Too busy to start riots? How can one be too busy to start riots? I call bullshit.
I mean, there is much madness to maintain.
I mean, very true, very true. Also, I just realized what time it is. So, I think we'll actually be, wrapping things up here with the, with our, knowing our quest to go find the, these ingredients for a potion.
Very fair.
Thank you, as always, for joining me. Your input is always very well appreciated. And we do appreciate the absolute madness that mind of yours comes up with. So, where can the lovely folks at home find more of you?
You can find me primarily on Twitch, where I do stream usually like clockwork from Monday to Friday, 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern. I engage in an unpredictable mess of games. There is no rhyme or reason to be found amongst any of the things that I've selected. For tonight, I'll be exploring an indie classicvania before spending the rest of the week playing a very experimental indie immersive sim. I have no idea what to expect.
It's gonna be great! And of course, if I can, I'm going to bully Alu to come back and continue more of this campaign with me, whether either on stream or on TikTok.
Very fair.
But for now, thank you all so very much for joining us today. It is lovely having you all. I hope you all enjoyed this look at Mörk Borg. I do genuinely want to do more of this. This is a lot of fun. But as for today, I think I know who we are going to send the raid on over to, because my buddy Dev is live. All right. So, Alu will be streaming again this evening. If you want a nice chill time, definitely go check out his streams. They are a blast. I thoroughly enjoy my time there. They are much more quiet than my streams normally. He is very chill. I am not. So it's a great contrast. And I will be back tomorrow with I already forgot what I put on my schedule for tomorrow.
Disco Elysium.
Huh?
Disco Elysium.
Right! Starting Disco Elysium tomorrow. Thank you. You know my schedule better than I do. So yeah, we'll be starting Disco Elysium tomorrow. But until I can see you again, please make sure that you eat something, drink something, take your meds if you need it. And we will see you again soon. Bye-bye!